Yo, what's up, guys? Let's go ahead and do a market review of today and why I kind of think this week is just mid, especially today is like super mid. Um, and yeah, I'll tell you like what I would have taken if I trade today. But yeah, so let's go over this weekly profile. So first off, I'm gonna give away a 50K account. So get ready. Whoever gets this first, you're the winner. So here's the code. Put this into the discount box, and you can get a free 50K Lucid Flex account. That's what I use personally. It's an amazing account, amazing firm. So yeah, shout out to you guys for using code GxT. Literally, the more you guys use code GxT, I can literally give away more accounts. So I got some extra accounts this week, so I'll be throwing them in the videos. I can't throw them in every videos because I can't give away that many accounts just yet. But yeah, so appreciate you guys. Yeah. So congratulations, you won that. So yeah, look at the daily chart. This looks really mid, right? It's just consolidation. We had this SMT here on Monday, which I told you guys about, that I didn't really trust, really, right? I really wasn't trusting this SMT just yet. Whenever you have an SMT you don't trust, you simply just let price show you that it's going to reverse by actually expanding away. And NQ just had not done that. That's what I would need the NQ to do. Because you have these close proximity lows. Yes, you do have a strength switch, but you see how we make a deep run through this low right here? What that ends up creating is just failure swings, right? So it's just not ideal. So this is what I wanted to see, is us to hit this low on NQ. Because if I show you ES here, it closes bullish, this closes bearish. We just come off of like so many expansion candles on the weekly time frame. So I'm looking for a new weak phase of price into this weekly gap, so that's why I wasn't trusting the SMT, but it technically ends up holding. Like YM doesn't actually rerun this low, but NQ does run this low. And I wanted NQ to run this low in this way, where you would get a strength switch here and you would leave this gap open, right, to go and break this SMT that YM already took. And I want this asset to turn into a continuation PSP, right, in the form of strength switch, right? That's how I want it to form. We actually never even create this SMT at the highs, but we still expand to the lows. So that's shit. Like, that's really bad. So this is what I mean by this week is really mid. We don't create this SMT here. This price action is horrendous, obviously. So yeah, it's really mid, right? And then, so yeah, we're kind of just inside barring here. So again, I'm not trusting this SMT because we're really consolidating. Like, this is consolidation signature, right? But what ends up happening is this. We do something like this, right? This is ass. I hate this shit. This is so fucking stupid. I do not like, this is not a clean sequence at all. And this happened kind of today as well on like all the markets. This is like honestly a consolidation type of signature when you see this shit happen. Like SMTs like this, ass, right? I'm not the biggest fan of it. All right. I like it to be a clean 1, 2, not the swing point that is confirming this SMT here. Have a whole bunch of SMTs like this and shit. No, I don't like that. That's not really the cleanest way price moves. So this is like pretty mid. It's not like you can trade that anyways, dude, because we just create these equal lows right here, bro. Again, mid as well. And I know there's like some like form of strength switch going on here. But again, it's still mid. Like, if only this just took out this low, it would be a lot better. Okay. So again, I thought that day was mid too. So now we're like pretty much the majority of the week is mid right now. But once we actually expand away from it, it's like, okay, we can actually work with this, because then you're just kind of going off of what are we closer to as you're drawing liquidity. That's pretty much the number one thing, guys, is drawing liquidity. And then it's key level, right, to get to the drawing liquidity. And then it is price trades into the key level. Does the profile support that idea? And then two-stage SMT, right? And then once you have the two-stage SMT, do you have fucking candle alignment? Yeah, that's it, right? So here we got the key level to get to the draw liquidity, right? Right here. And we actually had a bearish candle here. So ideally you get an SMT fill. You get a 2-stage SMT fill. That would be sick. We didn't get it. But you do get a PSP here. Get a PSP here. So it looks like in Asia, we do end up expanding into like these equal highs here. This asset just consolidates. But yeah, we ultimately do end up expanding a little bit in Asia. I was watching a Spurs game because I live in Texas, so well, I live in San Antonio, so obviously I'm a San Antonio Spurs fan, right? So of course I'm watching that over fucking trading Asia. But yeah, it looks like we had some decent little move here. But ultimately left these equal highs. So coming to today, this is really nice. Like this is a clear draw on liquidity. The profile is shit though. So like we had the key level to get there. Technically we can use this engineered low as a key level, but the profile does not support it really. Like, right? So I'm going to the hourly chart. Look what the profile looks like. Looks pretty bad. Which it's not impossible to get there still because we're not asking for price to go too far away. But yeah, it's still pretty mid. So as you can see, the day starts off by kind of just doing nothing. Wait, where's the day open over here? Yeah, we actually end up creating this little SMT here, it looks like, to start the day off. We expanded. What else did we do? I don't know. It's looking pretty mid right now. But anyways, we can't really displace through any side of the range right now. This looks horrible. Like, oh my god. This looks really bad. This profile NQ over here. Really horrendous. Right? Like really, really bad. Yeah, there's no displacement. We want a clean, dude, like this one we want. Open low, hit a key level, 2-stage, displacement. This simple move. Like that. Not this, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's really ass. It really is. So this will end up, you know, what we get. We end up rerunning this low here. You can see the 4 chart. When we create this SMT, it's not like you can trade it anyways. The 4 profile doesn't support it. The wick is too large. You have no 2-stage SMT. So you got to wait for 10 anyways. So when 10 o'clock opens, you actually do get this SMT here. So you might think this is a W day, right? Damn, 2 stages lows, W. No. No. It's really bad. So let's go to 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock, right? You can't just enter a trade right at 10 o'clock. Like, for example, so here's also the process when you go into a seat. When you're basically trading a 4-hour candle, right? That just opens up into a 1-hour/30-minute C3, right? So GxT continuation sequence. This is also the process. So here's a C2 candle, right? But you can't just enter a trade as soon as you get a CST like this, because what are you going to create here? A future gap. So these are things you gotta look for, right? Typically early in a reversal on the 30-minute swing point, or just chart, I mean, in the 15-minute, right? So like, what are you gonna create if I play price right now? 15-minute gap. So you can't. So let's see if there's a CSD up here. Okay, if there was a CSD right here, for example, like you don't want to trade that, or like wherever, right? If there was, but there wasn't anyway, so it doesn't matter for this specific example. But I'm just showing you the process of what you would need anyways. So here is a potential idea that we could have had, right? This asset running this low, this asset not running this low, to create a 2-stage SMT fill. Now this is on the 15-minute though. So even with that, even if you created that, you would create a 15-minute gap anyways. So you're basically putting your stop loss on a future 15, or oh my god, I'm like mixing up my time frames. You'd be putting your stop loss on a future 30-minute gap high, even if that 15-minute 2-stage SMT fill formed. So it's ideal you wait for this to form anyways, this closure here anyways. But you're gonna see this asset just completely disregards this SMT here and just straight up runs for the low. Or just pretty much just straight up runs to the low. you don't even get this SMT fill anyways, right? Both assets hit the gap. So there's nothing to trade yet at all. And at this point, it's like now you're technically creating a strength switch, but I mean you're still creating equal lows. You see this right here? So again, mid, like ass, right? So it's like what I just showed on the daily chart. Like, why did I not trust that 2-stage at the daily chart? Because of what we created. Like you create a strength switch or 2-stage, but we run through the low. Like this low is already so low on the range. Like I don't really want to see it like return, right? Back to this low. So really just continuing that seek and destroy, man. You can see when you have a seek and destroy day or week, look at the new week opening gap, new day opening gap, and see how price interacts with that level. Look what it's doing, right? It just cannot displace through it, right? So it's having a very hard time. So at this point, I just feel like whatever you take at this point is like straight up forced. It's just not my trade to take, honestly. But you're gonna see we ended up creating this here, an SMT fill here, like that. Again, doesn't mean I would take this really. You would definitely still want to take this, at least in my opinion, I would still want to take this on YM because it's way stronger. Like look at this displacement range. This asset is going higher, this asset is going lower, and we're way closer to the draw liquidity, way closer. So here is what you want to see here. Like this is the last chance for anything to be clean. You just want it to do this, man. Expand. But no, what does it do? It reruns a low. This is what I'm talking about, dude. It's totally shit. It's totally shit. This is ass. Like totally garbage. I wouldn't even take this either, by the way. See this V shape here? Why? I mean, dude, look what we have. Equal lows again. Dude. And no, I don't give a shit about this SMT. Or actually, there's no SMT. Yeah, I don't care about it. There's nothing here. Like, there's nothing here, man. It's just equal low central on NQ. So I'm good off that, bro. Yeah, I'm totally good. And yeah, I mean, it just fails again, and then you're just gonna get trapped and shot basically. And no, I would not even trade this expansion higher either, because there's no trade. I mean, it's the same thing. Like you gotta rerun this low now, and you're just trading chop. Like look at NQ, bro. Like I'm good. So no, I would not trade anything here on NQ. The profile's horrendous. The confirmations are horrendous. Really bad price action. Like whoa, that is bad, really bad. So yeah, nothing here. Now if I go on, I'll just straight up say an oil, nothing either, right? I'm not even gonna go over oil because like there's no SMT, there's nothing. It's literally the same thing as well. Seek and destroy. The day opens like right here. I'll just briefly go over it. Day opens here. We run the low first. We run the high. Seek and destroy again. Okay. There's no SMT here. There's no SMTs up here. Nothing going on really. All right. So yeah, we don't even need to waste our time there. Let's go over this one. So here, so I traded this day to go ahead and break SMT, as I was hoping for, which we technically did. This is a really good day for me on Tuesday. But I was maybe even looking for continuations potentially, right? Like you have these lows maybe, like off these equal lows maybe, right? So I was looking for that, but no, we kind of just created a sequential SMT at the previous as low, which is not really relevant because you're not framing a swing point off of any key level. So it's kind of just like there, you know? But when you have stuff like this, like when you just have like random swing points or whatever, what you do, it has nothing to do with the daily chart. So you just got to drop down a time frame, really. And again, it's all about drawing liquidity. Like, what are we closer to right now? This high or this low, right? Obviously this high. So that can be like your narrative. Like your price is clearly respecting this SMT to some extent here because it's expanding away, right? Creating a C2 candle. And you're just closer to this high. So that can be your draw liquidity for sure. And then you just want a key level to get to that draw liquidity. So that's what you have here. This 4-hour gap. So I mean that's somewhat decent. It's not A+ by any fucking means, but it is there. this is the best you got, right? If I had to frame anything, this is what it would be, for sure. So here you want to see, again, a key level with this, or sorry, you want to see a Kraken correlation with this key level, and you actually get it in Asia, looks like. You actually get this. I'm not sure what else. Let's see if there's any like actual confirmation to that. Oh, yeah, there is. Oh, it also was shit. Cool. This looked good. Dang, man. This like almost looks really good. Like, well, not almost. It's really good. As far as the profile, the confirmation to the profile, the framework is not the best as far as, you know, this going on the higher time frame, but this is fine. Like to get to this high here, because it looks like, we have like some expansion here, consolidation. We manipulate the consolidation low, 2-stage with a strength switch. Yeah, I like this a lot, bro. The 4-hour wick is pretty large, but I mean, this is the only area to form the low of day, so you're expecting a reversal candle to form anyways, so I would trade it probably. This is actually exactly when the Spurs play, pretty much. Yeah, it starts, wow, it starts at 7:30 for me, and this is 7:30 my time. Okay, yeah. There's no chance I was going to catch this, unfortunately, but, well, I don't know about unfortunately, because it didn't play out. But something up in here, you could take either one, honestly, like right here. There's technically no CST on this asset here. Like, technically not, but really, that is a V shape. And this asset CST up here, it's like, whatever you take, bro. Whatever you take, it doesn't really matter. Go in like the lower time frame or something. 3-minute, was there a CST? I think there was. I can't see. Oh, there was. Okay. Maybe this is a gap. Something like this, man. One of these trades, pretty good. It just looks like it fails. So that's a completely valid loss. Anyone take this? If you took this, this is a good trade. I'll probably just take this 5-minute. I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably just take this, bro. And that would have got really close to my break even. Depends where my fill is, but you might have got break even right there, because that goes about 2R there. I wouldn't really want to see price go back, and you do not want to see this asset rerun this low. You don't want to see this, so you already know this is gonna fail probably. You do not want to see this asset rerun this low, which it does. So I don't give a shit about this SMT. This is what I mean about these SMTs like this. It looks like a fucking spider web. This is not what you want, guys. This is not 3-stage SMT. That doesn't exist. That's not what you want to see. That's like consolidation. That's like it failing, really. It's just like ass. So yeah, this is good though. The first entry is good. Anything after that, you don't really want to force. But that's unfortunate. Damn, it does ultimately end up getting there too. But even though it ran this low, again, you don't want that. Like, I promise you do not want that. Even though it does end up creating a strength switch PSP technically there. Technically it does right here. But the delivery is really ass. Look on, at least on this asset, it's really bad over here. This asset ends up expanding, but yeah, overall, like the narrative over here was pretty good. The confirmation was pretty good. The delivery was just not great. It's just simple as that. And then we just can't displace this high, which again, you don't want price to come back to this low, man. The current low of day. So that is what we call seek destroy as well. There's no framework to frame shorts up here, man. Like, we're not trying to frame shorts to the previous high at all. I don't even think there's confirmation to it. So now it's just like price wants to go lower for some reason, because it doesn't give a shit about this gap anymore. Because if it did, we would never return back to it. So for some reason, it wants to go lower. And it looks like it was hunting for this low here. So at this point, like, it either takes this range low, like the next low in close proximity, or engineers a low within this range. For example, like we come back lower like this, we engineer low, and then have SMT with that, or like 2-stage there. But the profile, again, doesn't really support it, right? It's just like YM and stuff like that. You have a 2-stage, you have a draw liquidity, you have a key level technically, but the profile is shit. So again, not an A+ day whatsoever. These are days you guys can skip if you want, for sure. So I'm not mad at all about missing today, but I will say this is a pretty good trade here. So I wouldn't say it worked out pretty well. I wouldn't say it's a really good setup necessarily, but you do have a strength switch. So when you have a strength switch, guys, it makes a low probable setup like a lot more high probable, but not like A plus, A plus, A plus, right? But it makes it a lot more tradable, I would say, right? So if you ever have a low probable day or something, just wait for a strength switch. That'd be my best advice. But yeah, here is what we have. And you can just target close proximity objectives like 2R on days like this because we're not really expecting to expand. So today I actually did expand all the way up here. And I did not expect that because of this profile and the way we retrace so deep into the pre-stage range, right? This is a negative condition where we come all the way into the 50% and even deeper. That's just not great, right? So I'm not really expecting the greatest profile or expansion here. But we have that strength to PSP at the 6 a.m. closure on the 4 hour, right? So we have our 2 stages of P from the low of day. The profile does not support it. So like I said, we want to take precautions, maybe de-risk, maybe go for lower targets, maybe manage more aggressively. These are things you can do. But yeah, now we're going to check if the 90-minute supports expansion. Can we trade 10 a.m. The 10 a.m. open? The answer would be yes. Right? These wicks are fine in my opinion, especially this one, obviously. So that's good. We can trade at 10 a.m. Now you're going to ask yourself, are we opened up with a 1 hour / 30-minute swing point? Yes, we are, as you can see. So this is what I mean by when you open up, these 4 hour candles within a 1 hour / 30-minute swing, you got to check the 30-minute / 15-minute. So look at the 15-minute here. You are going to create a 15-minute gap in the future, right? So if 10 a.m. opens up open low CSD, you're not going to take that because this is going to be a gap low. Like your stop loss is going to be on a 15-minute gap high, which is not a protected level, obviously. So wait for the 15-minute candle to close, and like naturally, you just end up taking a lot of times the universal sequence because of this specific thing you got to wait for. So here you do get a 15-minute gap. Now simply, do you have SMT with that gap or like a PSP? Not between gold and silver. So let's check these assets. This asset does. Bullish right there. So now you can technically look for trades. So you ideally would want this asset to close above this opposing candle here. And hold on, wait, let me see if this asset had a PSP. Okay, it did. So technically you could look for trades on gold as well, or just you could look for gold. Yeah, I would say that's honestly valid. Yeah, this is valid to me, honestly. Right here. This is valid. You have the V shape, you have the Kraken correlation. Don't need to think about it. Now, one thing I will say that you would want to have here is a lower RR, right? Because this specific day, remember, the what's it called? The profile is bad, right? So I'm not expecting price to go all the way up here, right? So you got to target maybe internal levels or just 2R. I'll probably just go for 2R, guys. I'd probably just go for 2R. Now you're going to see here, let's pull up silver because silver starts to, it just doesn't really print a reverse signature, as you can see. It's just kind of consolidating over here in a way. It's not looking amazing. It doesn't mean it can't reverse, but it's not looking the greatest, but you're going to see it reruns the low, pretty much. Okay, it's not showing. Hold on. Yeah, so here you go. It reruns the low. Which, again, I can't really anticipate because although the lower time frame looks shit, doesn't look the best, but it still prints a C2 candle like pretty deep in the range. You see this? Like that's below discount. So I'm not really expecting it to return back to there, honestly. So that's why I would be okay with actually entering this over here on gold. I'd be okay with that. But you can see here that we print this SMT here. And then gold, this is the weird shit. Like gold does some weird crap right here, man. It reruns the low. Like, I don't know why. but it re-wins the low. And here you can move your stop loss. So I would probably take this loss, honestly. Like this is going to be a half loss, not half loss, probably a little bit more than that. You know, going from 8.2 to about 5.5. You're going to take a partial loss there, or at least I would, and that would be valid to me. Okay. But you're going to see this asset re-runs as low, which creates two-stage SMT. And then this is very valid right here. So either the closure itself, but the gap itself, either one, by the way, like you can take here. But this S is a lot stronger. I like this gap a lot. I'd probably be a little skeptical about today with if I was trading this day. I woke up really late, like 12 something o'clock. Woke up super late. Kind of back-to-back days. I don't know what the fuck is going on with me, dude. I don't even set alarms usually. I just kind of wake up. And lately, like the last 2 days, I've been waking up really late. I don't know why. I didn't even stay up that late. Actually, that was cap. I stay up till 2, but usually I can wake up. But anyways, I'm yapping. Either one of these are good. This one's really nice though. Here, just go for 2R. Or this one, just go for 2R. I'd say that body is probably fine. And yeah, something like this would be good. That does get very close. But yeah, either one of these is probably good. I would not hold this. I'll tell you that right now, though. So this huge move, personally, I'm not holding because of the profile. It just doesn't support this kind of crazy move, but it did it anyways. So, you know, price is whatever it wants, but with my methodology, I'm just not thinking that, you know? Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much today, guys. I would not really trade indices. I would trade this loss right here. If you see my entries lecture, I kind of go over like why you can move your stop loss a little bit up here. Right, you can move your stop loss this low. So this would be your original entry, somewhere around here, wherever the hell it was. But yeah, you can pretty much move your stop loss there. You could take like a partial loss. As price creates this repulsion block, we don't want price to return here. There's already a deep retracement way below EQ. But yeah, price ends up doing that. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah. Catch you guys there. Hopefully tomorrow is better.